All right, so today the 3 recipes that I'm testing are a very interesting way to make garlic bread, blueberry cookies, and Oreo mug cakes that only take 2 ingredients. So I don't know about you, but I have a love-hate relationship with TikTok in that I love it because I learn things and it's entertaining, and I hate it because it consumes all of my waking hours. If you like these videos where I test TikTok recipes, you can give this video a big thumbs up. And if you have any recipes that you've seen on TikTok that you want me to test, you can put them in the comment section down below and I'll make sure to get that done for you. All right, you're not here really to see my face, more to see the cooking, so let's make the first recipe. First TikTok recipe is from Cedric Thompson, Ready, Said, Cook. And it is a garlic bread, but it has no crusts. And it's in like rectangles and all of the sides are coated. So what we're going to do is make a garlic compound butter first. Then we're going to take a whole loaf of bread and cut it up, get rid of the crust. So you're just stuck with that like soft inside of the bread. And then we're going to take the compound butter and smear it all over and put it in the oven. So let's make the compound butter first. So I just have these like buttery Becel sticks. And you make sure that they're soft or else you're going to be working too hard. It's gonna take a lot longer to mix it all together. Just mash that with a fork. All right, so we have some parsley, Italian seasoning, a whack ton of garlic. That's how much garlic you need. It could kill like a whole village of vampires. Oh, no! I'm gonna get a larger bowl because this is not working. All right, so you can just mix that together until it is one solid unit. When you have something that looks like this, stick it in the fridge. So now we have this bread. You can use any bread as long as it's a loaf that is not sliced. Just a white loaf from a bakery is fine. And we're going to slice it up like you would, but thicker. And then we're going to cut off the edges. We're gonna create like rectangular prisms. There we go. So at this point, you can just go and cut off the outsides. Definitely save any of these little like butts that you are cutting off because you can make croutons out of them or even save them for stuffing. You should end up with something that looks like this. All right, so we have our softened compound butter. I actually ended up taking it out of the fridge because it was just going to get too hard. And we have our rectangles and squares because heaven forbid I stay with one shape or size. Cover each side with the butter and the ends. I mean, if you have gloves, I highly suggest wearing them, but I don't have any, so I'm just gonna have like buttery, garlicky fingers for the next 4 days. All right, do that with all of your little rectangles, and then we're going to cook them over medium heat in a hot pan. And these are gonna be so crispy. How much butter is too much butter? Not exactly making diet food here. All right, so cook them over medium heat, and you wanna make sure that you turn them so that all 6 sides are toasted and browned. I'm going to turn mine up a little bit. My stove is a bit weirder than other stoves, but you don't wanna go too high or else they will burn and then you will ruin it. You don't wanna be the guy that ruined the garlic bread. So I do have one concern, and that is browning garlic sometimes makes the garlic bitter, all the time. So I'm a little concerned about that, but we'll do it slow and low. So I turn it back down again. That is crunchy. I also did put them on a cooling rack so that they could crisp up even more, just in case like having them on a surface made them softer. Oh my God. Oh, it's so good. It's so soft still on the inside and crunchy on the outside. It takes a little bit of time to cook, but oh my gosh. I think I would do this in the oven, not in a pan again, because you can do a bunch at once. Almost like making croutons. And I would change the shape. I would make them more like squares as opposed to rectangles, because I just think that they're, I don't know, they're easier to cook. They also, like, the inside is nice and steamed, the outside is nice and crispy. I like the shape more. 10 out of 10. Would make again. All right, let's make the next one. All right, so our second recipe are blueberry cookies. They look really cute. They're bright purple. So essentially what it is it's a blueberry cookie with white chocolate. It looks really good. I don't have like white chocolate chips, but I have homemade white chocolate that we've cut into chunks. So that's really the only change that we're making. In terms of veganizing it, I'm using vegan butter, and that's it. So I have my frozen blueberries. I'm going to put them in the microwave until they're thawed. All right, so mix your dry ingredients. We have 1 cup flour, half a teaspoon baking powder, and normally you would add salt. The recipe calls for salt, but I have salted butter, so I'm leaving the salt out. Voila. Then you want to cream together your sugar and vegan butter. Now you want to mix in your blueberries on a high speed until it's completely incorporated. Okay, now mix in your flour. Go ahead and scrape down the side. I mean, it's a really beautiful color. All right, when you have it like this, I guess, you can fold in your chocolate chips, or chunks in my case. It doesn't seem like a ton of dough. Once those are folded in, you can put these in the freezer for half an hour or in the fridge for an hour. I'm going to do the freezer. All right, so I have my cookie dough. It's been in the freezer. I'm going to use this ice cream scoop. It's the smallest one that I have, and scoop out 12. This doesn't look like enough for 12, but we'll see. And then we're gonna bake them. I feel like these are gonna spread out quite a bit. All right, put it in the oven for 10 to 13 minutes. All right, so we've got our cookies. Couple thoughts. They could be really pretty if they weren't turning brown. That could be in part to the homemade white chocolate, or it could be the fact that the cook temperature was 400, and most cookies, at least any cookie I've ever made, is 350. So I think if it had the same cooking time with a lower cooking temperature, I think that we would have had a better result. It's kind of brown around the edges. It's not the prettiest cookie in the world. It has the potential to be a really pretty cookie, but how does it taste? Why does it taste like nothing? Here, try one of these. It kind of tastes like nothing. It doesn't really taste like anything until after.
It doesn't even taste like blueberries that much. Maybe it's because it's not artificial blueberry flavor.
Maybe. You get it once you've swallowed it.
The texture's okay.
Yeah, I was worried about that. 350, I think these would have a way better, crumb.
And they stayed purple all the way through.
They have the potential to be a really pretty cookie. 6 out of 10?
Yeah.
I'll eat it, but I'm not going to run out to make it.
No, they're just okay.
They looked really good. And our third and final recipe is a mug cake, except it only uses 2 ingredients, Oreos and milk. In my case, unsweetened soy milk. I guess you could use sweetened too if you wanted to. So essentially what we're doing here is taking 8 Oreo cookies, adding milk, but the cookies should be it should be just over the milk. They shouldn't be swimming in tons of milk. And then we're going to mash them and put them in the microwave for 75 seconds or 1 minute and 15 seconds. Remember that mug cakes are not the same consistency as regular oven baked cake and are more dense and brownie-like in nature. They're giving us a little foreshadowing as to what to expect and what not to expect. So do not expect a cake texture. So maybe it's a mug brownie then. So it says to fill it up just below halfway. Should be more cookie than milk. I'm gonna guess for now that that's what that is. And then go in and mash it with a fork. Sure, I can let them sit here for a second so that they soften too, and then go in and beat the crap out of them. So I think this is what we're going for. Now put it in the microwave for 75 seconds or 1 minute and 15. All right, so mine looks different. I mean, it looks hard, but it definitely doesn't have that souffle look to it. It just it's really heavy. But it says to let it sit for a minute or so, and it'll harden up even more, and then try it. I guess, yeah, it's kind of like a wet brownie. All right, here goes nothing. It can't taste bad. It's milk and Oreos. It's not giving cake, but it's giving like really, really tasty mush. I think if we were to add like flour, maybe some baking powder, just like solidify this a bit and make it rise, then it would be more cakey, but like it's really tasty. Yeah, I mean, I'm not blown away by it, but it's really tasty. I grew up like a latchkey kid, like in the 90s. And when we got home, we would have to make like our own after school snacks. And they were always like microwave nachos or something really ridiculous like that. Something super simple like cream cheese on a tortilla or whatever. It's giving that, like an afternoon snack for a child. Or I guess like nostalgia for someone my age. I figured out what the texture is. It's like a bread pudding, like a thick, warm pudding. Just like an Oreo pudding. It's an Oreo pudding in a mug. Okay, that's all I have to say. All right, so those are 3 TikTok recipes. One turned out really, really great. The others, meh, don't really care, which is exactly why I am testing them for you, so you know whether or not it's worth it. People tend to kind of like hyperbolize how amazing the recipes are on TikTok. I never do that. So if you have a recipe that you've been dying to try, or you're not sure if it's gonna taste good, or you see it everywhere and you don't wanna like waste your ingredients, leave it in the comment section down below because I'm willing to waste my ingredients for you. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. It definitely helps other people find my videos. And also, you don't wanna miss out. Do you? If you like these videos where I test TikTok recipes, you can give this video a big thumbs up and I'll see you next time. Bye. Also follow me on TikTok because I'm on there too. Bye.